Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to deliver a speech on waste disposal. Okay, what actually mean by waste disposal? Okay, waste disposal is a unit for getting rid of and destroying or storing used, damaged or other unwanted industrial, agricultural or domestic product and substances. Okay, it also entails a proper discharge or discards or the waste material in accordance with the local environmental regulatory framework. Okay, waste disposal involves myriad of processes such as transportation, collection, dumping, recycling or sewage treatment among other waste product monitoring and regulation measures, which indirectly cause a lot of problems associated with waste disposal. Okay, today we are going to emphasize more on the waste disposal problem and their solution. Okay, firstly, one of the major waste disposal problem is attributed to the production of too much waste. Okay, America alone is responsible for producing about 220 million tons of waste annually. Okay, for instance, in 2007, Americans generated nearly 260 million tons of municipal solid waste. Okay, this is about 2.1 kg of the waste per person each day. Okay, the point is, if these figures are only in America, let's try to imagine the amount of waste produced by the rest of the population across the globe. Okay, secondly, most of the waste produced is toxic. Okay, the majority of the state and local authority are generally lax on the regulating the ever-expanding manufacturing industries. Okay, on a daily basis, these industries produce toxic products that end up getting thrown away after use. Okay, this toxic product contains hazardous and health-threatening chemicals. Okay, for example, a report by the United States EPA indicates that more than 60,000 untested chemicals are present in the consumer product in our home. For example, bisphenol A. Okay, bisphenol A is a chemical that mainly present in the plastic toys, but these chemicals are still poorly regulated. Okay, next, packaging is also one of the biggest and rapidly enlarging categories of solid waste, which accounts about 30% of municipal solid waste, and approximately about 40% of waste is plastic, which is never biodegradable. Okay, this level of toxicity, together with the lack regulatory laws, exhibits the problem with dealing of the waste product.
Alright, so as I was thinking of the solutions for our problems, which is waste disposal problem, so as we can see here, 3R, it's an international solution for us to tackle that problems, which is reuse, recycle and reduce. But guys, let's just be real. If I were to ask any of you guys to raise your hand whether your home has one recycle bin or not, I am pretty sure nobody have one at home. So as you can see that this solution is only practical on certain places and not really practical everywhere. This is one of the example. So this photo is taken from Singapore, and as we can see here, the Singaporeans don't even know which plastic that we can use to recycle. So in conjunction of the green project that were done internationally, that got me thinking on what if the most practical, and what if there are no biodegradable, there are no recyclable material in the first place, and it is replaced with a non-recyclable material that lasts longer. That's where metal straw comes into mind. There are also other options as bamboo straw, glass straw, but then the most practical one is metal straw, which were invented just recently. As you guys can see here, metal cutlery. Metal cutlery were first invented in 2400 and 1900 before to 1900 before centuries, and thousands of years later, plastic were then invented. Then 60 years after, the real problem starts, which plastic cutlery were then invented. And how is that correlate to the metal straw? Why did I say that metal straw is a problem? This is because, as we can see, first the metal cutlery were invented, and then the plastic cutlery were then invented. But still, people choose plastic cutlery rather than the metal cutlery. I mean, if we see at the food stalls and even in around our universities, we can see that they still have plastic cutlery at their stalls, which get us to our real problem, and that is, so in reality, it is actually goes back to us again, whether we want to change and move forward, or we want the problem to remain as it is, and until we have no choice left.
Okay, our third method of waste disposal today is reuse. Reuse is the action of practice of using something again, whether for its original function or to fulfill a different function or creative reuse. It's the breaking down of user items to make raw material for the manufacture of new products. Reuse, not processing, by previously taking used item can help save time, energy, money and resources. So some advantages of reuse: first is reduce disposal need and cost. Reuse can cut the cost and energy to dispose. Second is refurbishment can be sophisticated. It can increase the economy rates, and which the country which practice it can bring to it another level. The last one is some of the item were better handcrafted. We can get better item by doing reuse, and people will appreciate in value. Some example of use: first is regifting, used by selling or giving them to new owners. Some items such as clothes and children toys often become unwanted before they wear out due to changes. This can be reused by selling or giving them to new people. Regiving can take place informally between family, friends, neighbor, and through environmental free giving organization. So second is repurpose, to use a tool for use as another tool, usually for a purpose unintended by the original tool maker. A good example of this is tires as boot fenders. Last one is package deposit program. Package deposit program to offer customer a financial incentive to return packaging for use. Although no longer common, international experience showing that there can still be an effective way for packaging reuse to encourage people to do reuse. So last example of reuse is package deposit program to offer customer financial incentives to return packaging for reuse. Although no longer common, international experience showing that there can still be an effective way to encourage packaging reuse. However, financial incentive are less great, maybe less of incentive than convenience. So historically, financial motivation was one of the main drivers of reuse. In the developing world, this driver can lead to very high level of use. However, rising consumer demand for the convenience of disposable products has made the use of low value items such as packaging uneconomic in rich countries. So why not we all start practicing waste disposal by doing all the methods that we discussed earlier. The future, nature and environment are all depend on us. Please have manner and be responsible on our environment. Thank you. Tunjuk nama kau kat belakang.
My name is RAIS bin HALIN.
My name is MOHAMAD bin MANAN.
My name is MOHAMAD IQMAL bin SAIDON.